you be remuni discuss omu nyina season that they had na fe yam so ya den you be kan choose your first 3 yen choose winners you be choose your first 3 in each of the categories na fe ekwe ni mo so ne so no na fe ye de winner ya den ye de winner atumi ya den aba na bibia so no atumi akoye honom ye be hwe ye the transfer news ekoso transfer news ekoso anya asem keto akra ye be di mu nkomo nyina ene Man United omotiesim akola wiso bi si na kan edema aye Brighton and Hove Albion ye frɛ no aye Baleba ne ball na tesen ofiri fa na ball no obo ne sen ene United for say omo pani nti ene say United for ene ne company din komo they want to be sure say brand here no otimi say Chelsea star na omo di kan corner ni player no agree we are then na fe omo akọ team for no na fe omo ne omo abekasa na bibia atuma ko nti Man United contact Abrante na Abrante ni sika oje no ye fia sa anomanum nti likely say eno ebema Abrante na Japanian say obeko akwakusi akande Man United anase onko ye be hwe na afi de obia etumi ede amamo na bibia atuma ko Chelsea epraba Liverpool we pra almost chese ade no the way aircon no enhyeda enko yesa nti ombe check na se few months bi dia ni ombe na se ebe che dia na obe sign replacement pan sa dia na magui ana se magui na ene mpanifo be kwakofa no na ode na ba be hyem na afi bibia so na tumi ade akoyi ewo na bibia so na akoyi ewo no nti no ye be hwe na afi news ahodo aka se ene Andre Ter so no Captain Yamba no ya Jeffrey Nensam say disciplinary action it be rasa ansem ni mu na ya hwe na fe ya di hu komo Chelsea ndra omo onveli muniu players ya be hwe na fe hu nsam no yetumi de abrabo na bibia so atumi akoye Alejandro Garnacho no so say United for so 40 million say Chelsea so say omo hwe say be about 20 ti omo twa say wo so mpe player na de ya ene yeso yen rahye season ni beba wie ya na yaba na ye de kakraba onye ya fine ene Abrante no obetena mo so no waje ne salary so obeje so a fine nti eno ene emu ensam ena ye kasa eho de amount we ni aye ensam bebre a ye beka ewo show ne so Shanisa show ne live ewo Facebook show no live ewo Facebook iti bomodi ana join here my bet na what in temu kakra na the Africa na so my bet no what in temu kakra na the Africa na dey aso from now to 2:30 and e be sore nkunya so nti okọ street is watching so a eno so show no live honum join here ho na afi bibia so no enye de enkoye ho saso ana okọ ABN Radio 1 eno so ye twagu honum ana YouTube so no MYBET.AFRICA TV MYBET.AFRICA TV no na that screen ase honum kakra no obi hu honum yes ti bomodi na uduwa na ode comment na wa share na afoforo so ahu de ekọ ene de eba honum oko TikTok so sports.arena.news sports.arena.news to say yes yani party video na no tin amafo ni age ho papa to say nti no nti oko TikTok a bibia etwagu ho no saso na oba Telegram account ho no ne de also no bibia dem egu eno so sports arena yankoje my better education kakra na fe yewia de akache nya ile atoaso yeah money man memo akwaba
yeah list o mejo
bibia kama de
yeah kama
yan show my better education no
show my better education enim say MYBET.AFRICA and a betting platform how person twa bet na we disca omo hope na obetimi ayese edwuma enei so obetwa bet enko bebi aba akotwa bet na afede wudi wi a obet ni sika ni yi na ba be problem join MYBET.AFRICA now so be kan busua no se ne otwa bet o sika no ebeba wo boko na bibie timi ato MyBet ten at least work time bia no mpɛ no me only betting platform a enei omo head office wo Ghana ha bibie sikra na obetimi akɔ ene ma akɔ di nkita ho na bibie timi akɔye bɛka busua ne ho leagues ba be start you pe bibie a odds ni mo so aka bonus any options bibie bɛbo amu edi bet time MyBet.AFRICA nti ene kɔ www.mybet.africa ewo browser top right corner ubehu icon bi a circle ni green umia so a ubehu simple steps no omo login and register so un join ya me register ne so three simple steps and betimi dia register u phone number username and our password. In the first one, a phone number, the mobile money transactions, uboshemwa. Now for the move call the next step and no a username. Username beti me a unique name. A dimbi a person used to be a uboshema bibia beti me ako. Now for the wako password. Password no password you have been once your match or confirm password. What about the same password now boy any wo. Now for the wabo register so ubuye po send you verification code. Now they verify your account. Now so about become MyBet busuano. Inti ene o selections are being na futu ambema on say or more options aka bonus 1500% te wo homa wa join it. And also almost our bet feet any bet ni shy all day. Maybe time abe wadwin so betwa bet na bibia ba be boom. And how bet feet or mashe bet egu odida and one is wafa baako na wonso odi usika kakra ta echi nti ade a ohia a be bet feet ya odds ahia open nti pe 10 odds 20 50 2000 10000 odds o mashe ni nego onso kofa baako na fisika ta echi utimi edit etimi changes bia wo msenia ebekọ into preference a open na wonso etimi ayeden edi twa bet nti na open the number 1 betting platform a ye betu fu se twa bet wa MyBet.AFRICA.
Right, MyBet.AFRICA come on here the any old bon. But now MyBet abusuaku no enhwimbo maka kire se opese bibia koye de ma utwa bet na obi di na kire asem no nkoya asem bia na MyBet omudi a omo send you message ka kire se wedi nti kone koye sika engofo bia udi a na ne obi o account kra empese bibie no oni omo hwimo na bibia so ne de enkoye yenhwe eye Barcelona. What is happening at Barcelona?
Yes, Osha Barcelona in recent times, ni who say, Oma ade new goalkeeper. That is Joao Garcia. Na nkomo hwese test charging. Bet me terminating the contract. Na ndo omuni na negotiate. Ni sika na aka no. Send you bet me to and send you no bet me nya another club. Akọ even at a free agent. No etima akọ prepare for the World Cup eba so but from rumors about a test agent na na dream said there be on terminating the contract. This is the time as a captain club ni hiano. And they who say rumor we news about Bontin say captains in Oma GF in him. And no a call for some misconduct to be a cause because Barcelona the information is APR Bontino because the information is only need one concern is saying company so mu free squad no. Nanke ne omutimi register the new goalkeepership. Then the rumors came out say test agent said there be opeso kwa any surgery no ba obeba bebo nti kwan bia so ompene internet won hu say age that is captaincy nefi ni sema is due to misconduct ba ko menu akoso behind the scenes at Barcelona for any anje ho and the nim say with in some say baswa mostly a collide to now the connection between the club and the player no ebe die off intenye mo ase bedu baby no if se Barcelona eso muja ne kwan eso muja ne kwan but as a now no office eba no e bimpo mbae se bia club bi beba so minya testage na mefa no inti mo meje me ma mo 10 million na me ma mo 15 million dia fa no e bimpo emba mu ye intene Barcelona ehwe taking the captaincy from him omo de omo we shi ni se ni Sergio kwakoye no obekọ Sergio na e bibia na afidi wetima return back but the return be maybe in mid of the maybe latter stage of the first round of the season. Remember say December edeko January mo ho na no mo hwe say nkom so mo yi ni out of the squad na nkom register new goalkeeper so in January si bibia timi ko yi na bi omutimi nya some players be moving out then oma adding back to the squad but yenim say players there edu bebi omo dwen sa anyama we now so mo yi misisi ya na edu January mo ntimi amfa man ka ho a na me ye den nti ono nso hwe the World Cup season nso ba so nti these are one or two things akwako raise. Now Barcelona taking the captaincy from player Freno Testegen. As of now, Barcelona captain Frankie de Jong and the next captain for the team. So on team start game the assistant captain be movie Rafinha so ebeko so
but I think this is look, I still don't understand why Barcelona will engage in something like this.
That, yeah.
It's a pettiness. Obviously, they just want to get rid of him. The news number said Basa and Shada, the person they want to part ways a year with him. Any other. But the way I was say will go about it.
Yeah.
It appears all the time, Biano. Frankie de Jong, yeah, Neikra, no more the captain Amani. Yet they wanted to push him out. They did everything possible. A boy in the air, and you say, me, Menko. Ena onya coach foforo bae. Say Javi tna wa anka Frankie de Jong ko. Because Javi was ready to go to a year what na Joan Laporta mo suggested. Again, Abrantia a friend of a year Rafinha so. Anka omoma na to so a anka ono so oja team no ekoi. And e bedu baby Frankie de Jong. Enkola na friend Casadel ne eye Benano. Omo ntumi am complete season no eye Frankie de Jong experience and on the bebo ama basa etumi eye den I reclaim your opportunity to win the Spanish La Liga. 8 years tested in a pra for how many months?
Surgery, so we'll be taking 4 to 6 months. It's a bit half season without not playing.
So it makes sense by January.
Obey
return and over na ready because it will not make sense say you register player now we pra. Yes, a chan you register. It doesn't really make sense.
But
a quite more fast one.
Quite be so say player near or official player quite be as well register because you Chelsea registering Fafana.
Yeah.
You who clubs we are more registered player.
But you see competitions, you know. A bit more but okay. We can register you or Champions League slot. But La Liga no.
Yeah, register.
You have to mean register because of 1:1 a year rule.
No, yeah.
What you say? And I'm not sure say it is far fetched. Chelsea Conference League one register a lot of players. Even Club World Cup you cry no. Some of the players are joining team they were not registered. And no more agree. They didn't no more agree because and come on money. It is clear say Andre ter Stegen no. And you're not doing so obey free Barca at this stage. And a Barca so I imagine say quite bias you be push you out. And you ever start here then. And a nyamia oye de otie nipa ama when long term injury. Now Barca want to tell the whole world say play a pra. I was say a hormone ye no confusion na. It is clear say a confirmed boy no a fierce in the past if you don't pray crown no person will get rid of him.
Yeah.
And no person will get rid of a player. It's supposed to be mutual. There should be an agreement, understanding. Now a branch and I then we get him on a coco. Dan Sako say mo pese mu yusu Takashi alo alubina say ya yewe captain ya mo je fin nsemi. Ne phone so ye ne say. News na ba bonte dey ya che say you no the ba bonte. What disciplinary issues no more can answer. It's a difficult situation. A very 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 difficult situation na Barca no omo woman and tested also there who reputation no near there. Of course, you can return January. I will be your team higher than Aquacochi. Better say we agree. Now I then one more terminated contract now call. Then so be creative a year needless a year scenes around or brand and near there.
So it's a goalkeeping position your position be a unyi crown and maybe unya better deals because the home goalkeepers class maybe omu here experienced goalkeepers as maybe third choice in and second choice. And I think send our kind is better. Say as a now be that kwema mu who say obana obechi wiase mu chi ni na kra na omo mpɛ. Nti omo pese omo gya kwanti obepini no obeterminate the contract after the injury no ye hu digia with Man United and sem free ho okochi Florentina.
He was the best. Yes. He was one of the best.
I think he needs to take that decision. On terminating contract in Genisika, the way Omlin be negotiate was Kani Mutiano on TNN there on share clubs. I think in Germany, being a German, you get a good or decent club in Germany.
Even cry Europe.
Yes,
Europe. Premier League in a bano January a month for relegation for now as funny and the idea. You can come in and a bit more about first choice goalkeeper be or what? Ebia Man United and Chelsea and even Liverpool and all the big even crowns also or no he can play from the back. Ebia City, Trafford yeah by Ebia na Wababe Pra. You can come in and Sanya Paul and Nino. Why retire or buy one of the best? What I say, so it's better he moves on here the idea. Young share what is going on. Andrew Arsenal go home in front of supporters. Omo lusu the game and omo lusu on penalty. What me be?
Yes, me share game.
Then a course Arsenal game now.
O share Arsenal team now. I think Arsenal fan BS or TSS nyama mienu going into the season as Arteta. And Dan Mbekao has said, Victor Gyökeres signing to Arsenal. And Mame, another similar signing a media related Romelu Lukaku to Chelsea. Mostly our clubs, no. Omo build a good setup, no kofa a marquee striker bar. Is a nyama mienu, mube play to strike and strength. And now this is a striker and be adapted to team, no. Mostly they are top strikers and adapting to the team ni be a problem. Intine a team no be adapted to the strength no mo de aboano ndo ahwe game mo boy a Senka Villarreal ewo a more clinical front liner combetimi a Arsenal up to like 4 or 5 goals because omo transition no yenim wa Arsenal game match unze Arsenal mostly omo bo through the wings say na ba sa inti transition ni ko wings wa and the likes of Saka Martinelli weren't crossing the ball to Victor Gyökeres. Saka boss no were more of cuttings and yenim no ababebo yeni Martinelli oberani to the line no I say no ho chi na ansa no cross and that limits the striker no in place in the first half onya just 10 touches of the ball in the game then in the second half time kopim so mu yi ni film na ni total touches in the game 18 which I think say
it's not good enough.
Yes, it's not good enough especially say na o can in a preseason. So I think Arteta also to pay a way to be able to make these boys play to the strength of Victor Gyökeres. So muhiya goals, he's a goal machine. Quite be as no goals in the obeshe. But the one but to the strength a bad and no na playing to his strength is be affecting 1 or 2 players. But say the main goal
is affecting players. Man, I me say
yeah, about affecting Obite Saka because Saka's strength more cutting in and shooting.
Yeah,
you say Arsenal goals be Saka Shamom from cutting in and shooting. Mostly no cutting, no betting me set up the likes of Odegaard mo. But I heard the positioning of the striker mostly no cutting cross into the box. One thing about football, I see in and say football no mostly we a lot of crosses are. There's no committee. It's a cross no call intimia into a goal or into a corner kicker. A pressure and a little back line also. In Tindrano, that was the problem and us now face with Martinelli. Most of the crosses no na kwa intimi could do Victor Gyökeres or na fi dia returning. Ndronya I think a shot on target which usher the angular it was a close angle but me a boy with
I say me share the ball me who is I say he just want a space to
space yes and he also the way Arsenal for to possess the ball and limiting the space no because ombe possess the ball to the extent say a penny opponent no in their halves into say no ne back against the goal and there is limited space for him to run into and our channels ni so I think next season one thing is Arteta call for is now Arsenal as some team fast transition ball no 1 2 3 touches as a team do final third say no bet me enough space to cover up by him say in the Premier League say low block teams in Dawson seeing teams no be mabo the likes of Everton, Brentford, Nottingham Forest, they will sit back and give you the ball. Say ye be open. So it will worry him a lot, especially say about the position in our third episode than the boy. And another thing I'm saying steady was Victor Gyökeres won't say every time he's finding himself in between 2 center backs, which as a striker, no, a poor decision, especially say ocean from the striker's viewer. Ocean the likes of Isaac, the likes of Memphis and Nicholas Jackson. They mostly bring out the defenders into obepie even Erling Haaland obepie bebo a quick 1-2 no etimi space behind the defender to cover up but oshe the movement he's always in between 2 center backs into the grounds obetimi cover no very limited and I think in draw game no a good sign for Arteta to plan better going into next season because the first game of boys against Man United, and I think say a very crucial game, man. Ruben Amorim with Man United signings or more, and so Olusu say game now no board draw. It sets their season in a particular way because any Arsenal fans they know say you a striker or 60+ goals into any games are near into me she goals then you be able to me convert those chances into likely say you bet me win it say nyama into me anko ya ne hu bet me actually no and a call I think in preseason games there you bought 90 minutes now if they do baby yeah entertaining fans with penalties and I think with the penalty shootouts we shouldn't expect anything giddy meaning said there are a whole lot of rumors going on a whole lot of news going on say Madueke penalty and then the Chelsea fans are on him but a preseason game the game was lost in 90 minutes and just a penalty in the bit decided who is supposed to win and they say if you Arsenal against I think against one of the teams preseason Arsenal we need the 90 minutes and a team we need penalties but Arsenal were given the trophy Intino it's just a start of the career but the only thing I saw in his game was they were limiting him to the way he would move the ball faster. Intina Osha, most of the passes no receive and he just returned it back. Inti Arteta, Sisi Owejuma Ewon and Sanu because he were added 2 players they are of quality. But how can they come into your team and fit so well? Now if you may improve your team, then now they becoming maybe a problem to your team. I think a good preseason for Arteta, a good preseason for Gyökeres and also Madueke. I think more one game on Bebo before the start of the season. They need good preparation to make sure says our game against Man United no good setup no metimi so a win is a particular game.
All right, okay. Yes, Yeguswa ye discuss issues no. Yeguswa ye discuss issues no. Yen room. Chelsea akache.
Yeah.
Yen room Chelsea akache. Andra Enzo Maresca adi nkomo. Enzo Maresca adi nkomo. Odin sem kakra tudwa wachirese you know I say injury kakra bi abo uremu okay into
Chelsea in common and Maresca ne match preview of Chelsea ni Bayern Leverkusen that is Ochina and Ombebo was Stamford Bridge now in common course no a 2 point nyama mienu na mtimi picky wom as a very crucial point especially going into next season. One Levi Cole injury with me picky training and the way Maresca describe the injury in a chest enyem say after the scan bibia betimi about bonting then we be hearing things like an ACL because coach ebedi nkomo na ne nkomo ne chese with prana player ne prano esi etimi sign you before meaning say injury betimi a long term. Okay. Because a 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month injury, they have quality players or make me a 15.
But to be honest, or say like or say injury, yes. Right? And Bani say you need to speak based on facts. And facts and then say you look at scan near who the extent of the injury. So he's actually opening things. I'm not sure says it's a ACL. Me sure say a big injury. But maybe a bit much to be about 2 months or 3 months.
Yeah. Okay. So sana okane because or share a long term. And as Osha Maresca this season team or build team no based on say be am person ko bobi keke. Yeah. Or build team ne say wetimi akwa the world championship meaning say every competition available nim say Chelsea fans expect say so mutimi put up those numbers and those particular performance. Inti adding a center back ya de back it will depend on the scan. So scan ne ba normal feel say it's a short term injury. They can go with the likes of Badlesher and Asumino. Even had to beat me about that center back role. Inti a long term meaning say they need to at least add one player who would come in a honor Obama Magui. I think it would be one thing that Chelsea will be looking out for. It's to say Crystal Palace or mean to me in the European competition into if offers bad, they'll be willing to sell to be able to make some money for themselves. Chelsea beat me even the further to even negotiate with a loan move for Asumino going to the other end. Send no beat me a player like Magui. Another thing already was about the Nicholas Jackson conversation. Yeah. And from the report, nature say everybody is welcome in the team. Osha, he's trying to look for a lot of competitions, but the door is still open. Say offer Biba na a good offer for the club. I think Chelsea would allow him to go. But as of now, no share the way Anyama Kikakwa, the possibility of Nicolas Jackson going to Newcastle, grounds kakra, because of Newcastle now missing out on Sesko and Isak. And so as of now, no, he's not training with the squad. Osha, they allow him to come and train and main team ni. So he comes at the Newcastle training ground at 4 p.m. Time our main team now exited. Now as of now, we lose fan base no. Legends in the Newcastle team so no. They feel say the way our handle Matan wasn't professional to them, so they don't want him to.
Because I don't believe in Koyen
Tema, yes.
And
I think Liverpool, Newcastle, so it do be blame because the way our Liverpool bar out Becca say oh my Isak dia call for Hugo Ekitike. It was a sign.
But you see, I agree with that. But you see, say Ban is a player now, yen one. Okay,
yeah.
Player now yen one. Ain't show sign be as so I can't say 3 years. I can't 3 years. Then okay, you need striker. Own kwana. It's okay. Any enko fa Hugo Ekitike
mra.
Contract on sign until next year never count 2 seasons. You have about Champions League so. With you know you get enough money because with you know any quality you bet me do actually.
Yes.
Then who go Ekitike so be understand you. Then maybe a season we can what move you on and who go Ekitike will take over. That was the plan of Newcastle.
Yes.
If say Uncle season is starting afresh, I'm telling you say season is started fresh and a brand and started to push say I want to leave. Bia baby and Chelsea mu nyina cry there
because now Arsenal so ho
now Arsenal so ka Arsenal because Arsenal also a player and Arsenal but now as a untouchable the moment qualify Champions League and obi aka say it will be impossible to sign him. Them can want to say until say have Liverpool for koye say man we are ye koye say and we nyina so no wa nkasa Liverpool ko fa we mu ba e ko sign boy ni wie ya sign na wo ba be ka say
meko
wo be ko there. I think say no very difficult say we blame Newcastle for no. They had a plan. They knew say they knew said they couldn't keep him. Omunim say world class striker like that. Real Madrid never Samukra will come. They will not keep him. But no so yes okay. And yeah konkofa obi to say in the caliber of the Ofi hono.
With Carl Wilson.
You better confer somebody all potential or young or so high ceiling to say can you assure sanka Sesko and come confer Sesko Vitiaseno. Can you have in man you eba be come confer no season started and come on come sign no striker no a position na ama BBI then assassin at the last stage
and I think this is Newcastle for who actually especially going into the season the only available striker more on team no academy graduate or promoting a friend Osula the only striker or more into some preseason games or no one starting most of the game. The last game against Tottenham and no man starting I know board that Anthony Gordon ever 9. Into a quite be as when they need to add at least 2 strikers before the end of the transfer window. But any Sesko Man United likely so become Man United. The available strikers in Drambele still I think as of now, the way they are looking for a young and a vibrant striker. Nicolas Jackson that is the first name because Oli Watkins 28 years. Oshe Wisa 29 years. Oshe we Calvin Lewin 28 years. Intino Nicolas Jackson Penny the only person woman he's below the under 25 age and I think Chelsea as of now no musama obi o can't home plans and obi abeba ho say omo value Nicolas Jackson even more than the way Liverpool thought Hugo Ekitike and also Sesko moving to Man United because omo feel say there's a player he's a Premier League proven obo Premier League need 2 years under a difficult season Chelsea you Pochettino and Enzo Maresca and in these 2 seasons this player etimi share 10 plus goals in all competitions. Inti ene say open dia meaning say in a range of 80 to 100 as ultimate onye ready dia giant player mine ne enso yanye den on tonight ho. But with Indra Maresca and Sam it led to say ene Nicholas Jackson the door is open.
Yeah.
If they offer bar on Bayway and I say now kind Newcastle they are more comfortable and now on team no menya Senegalese strikers are they've passed through their ranks or me put up a good performance. The likes of Dembaba, the likes of Papi Cissé, these are two Senegalese they've been through their ranks and they've performed so well. And Nicholas Jackson say me any agent and I'm someone closer to him, I'd advise him to move to Newcastle. At the internet, said there's a team you can grow with them, and if you replicate the same numbers in power or replicate what Chelsea are, these Newcastle fans will hold him high esteem because all Chelsea said we Nicholas Jackson shed 20 goals, no say 5 chances are so. But I think that when Newcastle set up, no shed 10 goals. No say 10 chances are they'll be happy with the performance of better in him, and he would also be able to bring the best out of Anthony Elanga, Anthony Gordon, Murphy, because these are wingers, they are pacey wingers, and they like to attack the box. So Otimi joining Oma, it will be a good signing. So I think both sides, Nicholas Jackson joining Newcastle, say offer Nibeko try to help him as a player, and also Chelsea to bet me a profit of up to 50 million on a player motor last 2 seasons. So I think Newcastle were a lot, and Chelsea as an Maresca, so losing Nicholas Jackson, I don't think that it will be a big blow to them like that, but they would be able to also cope some money. It will help in financing some of their transfers. A bit to me,
all right. I know. You go so you di a transfers no and come on there. Yeah. Share a Ballon d'Or a list no. Yeah, share Ballon d'Or a list no. Yeah, list no. Okay, before I be call Ballon d'Or, me the video be out so yan share a Chelsea. A kwan am fa so a omo unveil a omo a players no.
Before that, yan share Man United and Zone Baleba issue. O share.
Okay, the video
okay,
no.
Chelsea.
Yeah. Yeah, Chelsea there na fe. Until we Chelsea unveiling, they are unveiling their players.
Darius
Sogo. I don't know.
No, but Chelsea was stress.
Your uncle for Motesa. Me say I'm a stress pa.
I say a trophy unveiling. Into a trophy unveiling for 5 trophies at Chelsea G. In Barnum Bema. And this on.
We yes.
Joao
Pedro.
I think we shall when you a good start at Chelsea, but no one so bit me replicate the Akano at once, especially it's a season a chassis.
Yeah. Joao Pedro.
Nah, Jamie Gittins.
Gittins so never no. Yes.
Nah.
Hatu.
Gerard Hatu.
Chelsea and our mom really a year or players no that's a never no tata no when your friend is off Mokuno or Bompire no be jump back in so right back ni left back for no so be she brutal your friend is off Moko or you brutal and a Esteval William Chelsea. And now my unveiling come supporters no koi.
Yeah.
Supporters no koi ya otumi say nyama e call ye e ho no nti ochna Friday.
Remember first game.
Ochna Friday ana na.
Ochna Friday.
Ochna Friday ochna Chelsea be born the first game Chelsea be born the first game and yasem keto akrantino. You be game no papa. Na fi bibia so atumi akoyi e honum. Yes, inti eno no nti yenhwe Man United
any
Baleba de no.
I think so share Man United any Carlos Baleba. O hwa Man United fans no and ayama this particular link need to me aba besim because every ubisa Man United fan be say why no munya no mfinfin wa nko mbe man di abo Bruno bia be catch us Carlos Baleba one player omuhwe ni potential okuta and ohwe ni style of play up will be a bit closer to Moises Caicedo or ma that particular defensive shield na bibia betimi akọ Man United kwa kofa na ba no is based on the interceptions ni tackles and ni destroying of the ball and more of the passing of the ball into any in common course no money Brighton di nkomo wechi na Brighton say Baleba omo value ni that is at least omo per package of 100 so we're 90 plus 10 million add-ons but Man United side and so omo value Baleba at 70 million. I think with negotiations on the player side no any problem. One the or a Cameroonian and the him say the likes of Onana mo ebetimi atie sima make sure say bibia betimi akoye even in Mbeumo moving to Man United be a good sign for him say because joining these great leaders or more national team it will help me as a player but the only thing now the problem near Man United able to occupy our Brighton for we no more here for 90 plus 10 million add-ons and about be a bigger problem. Yeah, sure Baleba any player friend Ugarte or Manuel Ugarte of Man United or new performance for last season anyhow I be compare me virus beat me there to so my and share patro any can say kakama na share into details there omodeba on both sides into say osha we started from passing accuracy where Ugarte 88.63 wo and Baleba 87.92 into meaning say about passing of the ball accuracy say nkodu player wa Ugarte more passing accuracy as in Baleba you be in the Premier League only player bia he's known for the passing strength but about the physicality on the pitch and adia na hoodin room forward passes or ma 10 na we am 9.5 adenti a Man United ekwa akofa Baleba aba nyama miensa one eba no aerial duel success won say Ugarte obi oni height wo hwe Man United team na Kobe Menu infinfin Kobe Menu Casemiro Ugarte height ni musa eno mo ko air we these three players are we Casemiro pen meet me aka say ni aerial duel presence no more higher see omu na by him say Casemiro as a now we in the side age in the side into Man United into me bargain one so yeah share this four way and pese obi any course that is ground duels one clearance interceptions and a ball recovery and no and a Ruben Amorim na ehwe ewo ni CDM 4 anani ni DM 4 mienu no sa nyama 4 way no hwe ground duel success se player no ball na ewo hefa kra kai say do die ni bi ewo hefa kra ba koyi ni clearance se enyama emuaye den na se otimi clear ball no ma team ni ho tono no eho interceptions uhwe Man United last season a me kai say o Tottenham game Van der Ven for ball free Tottenham for half and 19 fin wa koma pass and on any day a DM or ye physical ultimate call for ground duels or call for interceptions or making sure so recover balls now sa Van der Ven ball no ultimate fan film and a typical example be Chelsea ni Tottenham or try something similar kai said to stop in fin wa and that is what Man United here El Baleba mu. I think that Ruben Amorim and then the Man United in penny for where Christopher Veveo momutimi pulley off Baleba and the squad. Man United will be in a good position to end in an European sport next season because also they've brought in quick fix that is in Cunha and in Mbeumo and also young talent with potentials El Baleba and the squad mu ebetimi abo. We have Baleba coming into the middle so pair or no any Ugarte and or pair on any Bruno Fernandes this will be a good partnership because they will be able to help and shield the defense say pressure behind team defense so this will be a good signing but I think say signing we be caught to the end of the transfer window because Brighton for business no heading so
but one thing and soon say there is no bidding war.
Yes, there is no bidding war.
If they are ready to pay £100 million,
Omubenya,
yeah, if you are able to pay £100 million on Sabekano,
but I think Man United beat me in this transfer lesser than 100 million. At the Inter America say on 2 occasions, Brighton are projected players they were thinking said they will be able to make enough from them at Anfa. So they don't want to make a similar mistake with Baleba. Say I say offer now but no be the 80 aba. They bought him for 15 million. It will be the 80 aba. You just take it and let him go.
One player, Ivan Ferguson. The facts to say any bidding war. The reason why Chelsea there no. Okay, say Arsenal for
Echo.
Nanka no 60 million, right? Arsenal for agree 60 million omo kwa na Brighton for no. Omo anye ana.
Yes, and Liverpool call move.
I think the Arsenal mum na
Arsenal call first.
And wait for the 62 so now Arsenal were not ready to pay the 60 million. And omo twema season be wie. And Chelsea call no. Chelsea ni call agree personal terms. Na Liverpool ko hu club no.
Na Liverpool ko pejas kan.
Liverpool ko pejas kan. Now say Chelsea so e match. So Eddie be crying eka ho. It is a bidding war ne ba.
They put pressure to club.
Yeah.
And say now can Man United this season me pay the way omo transfers no. They want to get the players green light. Say player ni nya obeba and so no mako in for any bidding war. One, add into omo yes and say they don't have that Champions League football. Bet me dey akwa bragging. Inti eno mu timi nya player na player ni jitum so ominya team na mebo a say a bidding war crowd they are okay to go with it. And I think with Baleba there no one there is no bidding war because every club are silent war the player no until and he said Brighton ehwe we Ivan Ferguson mo so me projected players we had 100 million last season injuries into me Anton and we move it to Roma so be the 80 bar I think is a good business for them Ombeji and unim team friend Brighton at the end of before the start of the season back for another player similar to this about Besheni team so I think say Man United can get their player if they are able to pay in the range of 80 to 90 but at 70 there I think it will be a very difficult way Brighton beat me to especially omunim says so mutimi keepino na player and outperforming what he did last season they will get other clubs maybe the Liverpools maybe Tottenham Madrid will try to enter for the player so Man United I think Ruben Amorim it's mean a good setup next season he'll be able to perform very well.
Right, it seems that Man United with a year goalkeeper coach they want to get things right.
Yes.
By signing players at least obiaji to say players there any there nti yenhwe Ballon d'Or list no okay we 30 nominees 30 timame mubodi no okay Gianluigi Donnarumma Seho Guirassy Denzel Dumfries, Desire Doe, Erling Haaland, Jude Bellingham, Victor Gyökeres, Achraf Hakimi, Harry Kane, Robert Lewandowski, Cole Palmer, Michael Olise, Nuno Mendes, Uniles no. No, I was saying I'm more 30 no. Now the two so now. We are enkoyi no. See, Mabo Lewandowski, Kicha Kvaratskhelia, Lautaro Martinez, Alexis McAllister, Ousmane Dembele, Kylian Mbappe, McTominay, Joao Neves, Nuno Mendes, Michael Olise, Cole Palmer, Pedri, Fabian Ruiz, Declan Rice, Rafinha, Vinicius Junior, Virgil van Dijk, Mohamed Salah, Vitinha, Florian Wirtz, and Lamine Yamal. That is a year. The 3 and I said the 30 a year Ballon d'Or. Inti ebe hwene ye be 10. You be 10 because me kate am number 10. Asa number inti be kate 10 inti bomade ana joti o 10 o ho any commentaries on that. Ballon d'Or Men's Johan Cruyff Trophy. Antonio Conte, Luis Enrique, Hansi Flick, Enzo Maresca. Hey! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Enzo Maresca and Slot. Who would have thought? A rookie coach.
Championship
manager. To Ballon d'Or. Goalkeeper. That is Yashin Trophy. Alisson Becker. Yacine Bonu. Lucas Chevalier. Thibaut Courtois. Gianluigi Donnarumma. Emi Martinez. Jan Oblak. David Raya. Matt Sells. Jan Soma. Eno ene eye deɛ Copa Trophy no eni Lewis Kelly, Rodrigo Mora, Joao Neves, Lamine Yamal, Kenan Yildiz, Ayoub Boadi, Paul Kubasi, Desiree Estevao, Dean Howson. Hey, no. Enti eno so de no say no a miensa ya
na best team.
Yeah, best team okay. Season, yeah. Best team eno so Barcelona, Botafogo, Chelsea, Liverpool, Paris Saint-Germain. Enti eno no. Enti you the starting fee we no. Eno yen first try.
Yeah. But comment section obi say Chelsea go Renato Vega. Into adding no monkey period now to Vega into another left.
Out. Out of the Lisuban or Danadi, a kind of not all corner Suban or Danadi. Team na a young team into say Obibe show Egua. I was sent to win in term to Washa Nicola Jackson more attitude. All bonintina problem be anyone, but all the net answer bench or be show attitude at all or that type, and I don't know show against Botafogo no. And I near Botafogo.
Yeah, but no against
Flamingo, yes. Obedi red card no. Or say to almost shena side no or players somewhere down to earth, players who are ready to fight, be stay humble, to copa mamono or Jina Park and so they are arrogant. Or pompe was an insect good nature near there. Inti Yansha
with men's team no. With men's team no, I think M1 years Botafogo to me Remo ahead of Palmeiras because based on performance, especially in the FIFA Club World Cup, Palmeiras ebom humodin. But
they are looking at
the league and
everything in general.
But my top 3 in this.
Almost no Copa
yes. Into my top 3 in this FIFA men's team of the year, I think Meko for Paris Saint-Germain, Chelsea, and Barcelona or this top 3 because of Barcelona performance in the Champions League. Lamine Yamal, Rafinha, they were the highest scoring team in the Champions League that particular season. And Chelsea into performance in the FIFA Club World Cup, and also Paris Saint-Germain. That is a treble and making sure they dominated Europe till they were able to face Chelsea or FIFA Club World Cup. No, I think, but Ubisami a team to go for this title and this award.
Choose 3.
Okay. So Chelsea, Barcelona, and Paris Saint-Germain.
Okay, so Chelsea, Paris Saint-Germain, Botafogo. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, yanko. Yanko the next way. Ibia or the Fibia to so. Yeah, we a copper no. Yenyi sending in another abano. Yenyi 5.
Yeah, I think players are now put up a very good performance. For me, my first 5 may call for Lewis Kelly was one player performance no call show mame. Kubasi is another player I would also go in for. Lamine Yamal, Joao Neves because of the Paris Saint-Germain, and I desire they being my top 5 out of this list.
Okay, Mr. Lamine Yamal, Joao Neves, Desire Day, 3 no. Estevao 4, and Pau Kubasi 5.
Okay.
Yeah, these are my top 5. Okay, goalkeepers, and also 5.
Goalkeepers 5. I think with goalkeepers, I'm a bit disappointed that our goalkeepers are why, because in case I'm a team who at least Sanchez he won the best goalkeeper in the FIFA Club World Cup. Raya won or what had me nim identity or what sell D second and or qualify semi-finals of the Champions League in PR. But my top 5 me call for Martinez because of the Argentinian national team performance or Danny D Emomo. Soma Champions League will put up a very good performance. Donnarumma, another goalkeeper who also put up a good performance. Bonu because of performance or Danny D in the FIFA Club World Cup. Nama call for Alisson. Or a brilliant performance against Paris Saint-Germain. Park the Prince Boa Liverpool coming into the second league. But nyament me anko ya mom. So Donnarumma, Martinez, Alisson, Bonu, and Courtois or Soma being my 5th choice.
Okay. Me so Donnarumma, Courtois, Soma, Cells, and Martinez. Martinez.
Okay.
Yeah. Then call the next one.
Top coaches.
Almost saying 5. Some are 5. So you 3.
I think my top 3 be Luis Enrique, Enzo Maresca, and Iron Slot. My top 3. Based on performance, Luis Enrique Champions League performance or Danny D taking this Paris Saint-Germain team. Iron Slot coming into the Premier League, winning the title for the first season. And the back where that fame. You top managers any team here. So doing that with Liverpool, especially with Klopp, bro last 2 seasons. No buy a team be revive it team ni win here is also good. Enzo Maresca, I think say yepe coach with team that ne nyame di temtem with team wa me the man because coming into this Chelsea team obi a started Chelsea with 50 players, 100 players, or started by breaking the team, making sure say selected players no be use them, and then no echo in man management. Unisa man management skills na untimi started and or I see BBR with the Conference League, the qualification for the Champions League, and also the FIFA Club World Cup in T. And yemi want say Nidiamba be PMO because of coming into this difficult Chelsea team and also making things move smoothly. And the likes of Ekbalimu, the likes of your friends saying Todd Bowley, they can hit their chest and the Omako manager bar what best stable team na mom send an compensate.
Okay. All right. Into Meso Media, Luis Enrique, obviously, Enzo Maresca, and Hansi Flick. Cetrena, yes. You call the next one. No, 30, no, and then 10. Okay, Auntie, young boy.
Inti me top 10 ewa ha meko for Dembele, Cole Palmer, Lamine Yamal, Nuno Mendes, Joao Neves, Rafinha, and Hakimi. Na mako for Desire Day and Donnarumma. Also put up a good performance. Now my last person I me call for LA Vertinia. Into my top 10 Dembele, Vertinia, Lamine Yamal. That is Desire Day, Cole Palmer, Rafinha, Ousmane Dembele, Hakimi. And the last one now my boy that is Vertinia and Florian Wirtz.
Okay. Okay, meso media ni nyasem keto akra. Donnarumma 1. Desire Day 2. Ashraf Hakimi 3, Nuno Mendes 4, Joao Neves 5, Vitinha 6, Lamine Yamal 7, Ousmane Dembele 8, Kopama 9, and Rafinha 10.
Okay.
Some about 10.
Breaking news about Sesko assign Man United. So 76.5 million and 8.5 add-ons. Information about said the add-ons are achievable.
Yeah.
So meaning it's based on player number of games or any goals or share and more of about trophy. Into Man United in the range of 84 and 85 to be able to get a player. Send a no more bid this on bit me and Sesko Ababe Man United player Tuesday. That is next week Tuesday. Obabe medicals now for there. BBA Timiakoye Amanu El Man United.
Yes, it's United and a year or more a year number 1 target man. And they or Babisi came more tenepa to me at the Amomo. We are hoping said now we have strikers our league in pa. So strikers were league in pa. Omu mudadano. Yawo danger a yemen be omu mudada. Inti oko ye Premier League ni mo yen start na me mamo ye teams no aha nti ebia team bi ti say Wolves oko Wolves a omo a top striker abrante efe no Georgian Strang Larson.
Yeah.
Georgian Strang Larson last season obon homo den pa ono we ya wana obehyew ono league no obo a adaje bia ni poso ukọ eye West Ham for ewo Nicholas Fulkrug a omasa akofa Colin Wilson so e dey aba Wilson no eye injuries e na disturb ni kanya sa onim go hye papa now ukọ eye Sunderland afi no mo banti memfa mo nka ho memfa Sunderland eye
Sunderland ka so menya
da bi se omo afi no oba bebo me ka omo league nim dada Chris Wood ya to 90 million but ono one way obeshe more goals than you. That is what I mean. Chris Wood ana eye yenko Fulham abrante efeno Raul Jimenez ana Rodrigo Muniz omo no ye to omo sikafia bi o but udi agro bedu udi agro memo agro di pa abrante efeno Beto sa Beto no Sean Dice na on shede hu so David Moyes bae obehye wo hye bi a oye giant anka so nim go hye omo na omo behye go na afi ye yusu omo stars na ye di striker atem yanko Crystal Palace wo abrante a ye frɛ no Jean Philip Mateta 28-year-old obosa kora obotakin obehye wo ma go obehye no also ye Sesko ya to 80 million uto na ento menko eye Brighton abrante a ye frɛ no Danny Welbeck 34-year-old Danny Welbeck woni beba ho so no wa share double figures na oye ho hwie den enye ye yenko Brentford so abrante a ye frɛ no eye Johnny Wisa ono so onim league ni papa creme de la creme for ni bi no obehye 30 goals na wona ye kofa ba abodin na won hye Oli Watkins 29-year-old enye gidigidi ono season ni start ya first 3-4 matches on sheda emohwe na o hye one goal a de aka ni nyina obehye wo ana fi ukọ Bournemouth de omo wo abrante fe no Evan Nelson yes omo wo Antoine Semenyo omo de nam tenten no goal omo be share tia no e be shock so these are the strikers omo league ni mu a e wo se abrante fe no Sesko ebiti omo Yokeres also obiti omo Chelsea de eja Pedro ni dila mo so mo she da anya yi biasa se so mo top level goalkeeper strikers Man United ko akofa player price tag no kura nya asem ketwa Arsenal akofa Eucharist Liverpool akofa abrante ayefre no Hugo Ekitike o sa hwe ni mu so de Isaac beba beka ho Man City wo Erling Haaland anya asem ketwa o enti no de wo mu no enye easy e wo hanom enti eno so ene de afio ba yenhwe se ye bebobo games in the so for ne matches connect Thursday matches in bebre hopa last week kami bumi out of 160 one team pe enokrobo 2-2 team no obo home na me call no one up ye sheni 2 no betete yes that team na team we me cash out na ke no nkwa me cash out nti na no ekwan bia so ebedidi ti yenkwa
okay nti ene me ota me wo ema hwefo 4 ot MYBET.AFRICA MYBET.AFRICA bet builder ena abo ametimi ay selections we e dia bro Midland ene obo Europa game me kon win or draw 1.5 Panathinaikos ene Shakhtar Donetsk game on bebo ene Shakhtar Donetsk win or draw 1.5 Noah Chelsea down for ene omubo Europa qualification game Noah win or draw ewo ena FC Cluj ene Braga enso ebo Europa qualifies ene eno nso sa game no 1.5 code no RJGY MYBET.AFRICA.
Okay mame enhyehyɛ me de no fama ho ne ho de ekone de eba Noah straight win abokwa ko Lincoln Red Apps Noah for no Braga eko CFR Cluj Braga win or draw Park Thessalonica and Wolfsberger and Ebo Park Thessalonica win either half Panathinaikos and Shakhtar Donetsk away go Stuart Bucharest and Drita under 2.5 first half AIK home win AIK home win Riga FC and Better Jerusalem kwa away away go Viking and Istanbul Besiktas over 1.5 AZ Akma and FC Vudus first half over 1.5 and now over 1 Ljubljana and Egnatia Ljubljana home win or draw Anderlecht and Sheriff Tiraspol Anderlecht straight win Sparta Prague and Ararat Armenia Sparta Prague home win St. Patrick's Athletic FC on Besiktas Istanbul enable Besiktas away win Partizan Belgrade and Hibernia Partizan Belgrade home win or draw LAN FC and Santa Clara enable Santa Clara away win either half nti we ya mesumi game na meso me de aba honum ene me de ema se usutwa na utwa ubedi utwa ubeden ubedi awo ho enum na bibia so no enko eye nti me yenhwe na minute na aka no mo de wetwitwa Ballon d'Or no enso de ama na ya posti na fe bibia tumi akoye honum nti nyame adoma ochina ana ochina Friday to ochina ye ba be boja ye enye easy wonim say ye ba be review Chelsea game na face so ayi ba so Community Shield ba so the Premier League next week year started Premier League next week here starting to watch along near the idea na fe nyama koyi me did the list to what Vincent Benedict nka virus and a streaming show no yakramu